Hello, beautiful people. I hope that wherever you are today, that you are safe, that you've had a good meal, that you feel capable of handling the rest of whatever 2025 decides to throw at us, which it's been pretty unrelenting, I have to say. Then I would also like to say thank you to everyone who has reached out in whatever way, whether you sent a note by a carrier pigeon or you called, text, DM me, whatever it is, to check on me and also to check on my family and friends in Jamaica. For those of you who don't know, Jamaica today experienced landfall of a Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Melissa. There are 5 categories. That's the max. So, when you hear Cat 5, that's pretty destructive. I've been keeping tabs on my relatives and trying not to tear up watching videos of, just the flooding and everything that's going on. I was born in Jamaica, and I know, and I've also experienced hurricanes. Caribbean people measure time with hurricanes, so there will be life before Melissa, and then there will be life after Melissa. And a lot of my friends who've been checking on me, whenever they see me get teary, they're like, focus on what you can control. And so most of us will be thinking about the rebuilding process or the cleanup process or how to help people. So I will look and check in with people for reputable places, for those who have asked me about donating, making sure that you're donating to mostly grassroots organizations that are invested in doing the work and helping people and not, squandering resources. And I really just want to thank everybody who's shown compassion for Jamaica as a whole, and especially people who've never been through a hurricane, because some folks don't know 185 mile per hour winds is very scary. Like 20-mile-an-hour winds are scary, so you could just imagine. And also because I know the beauty of Jamaica, and also we are sort of an unserious people, so there have been some some funny things, like that I've seen. And I know that we're also a resilient set of people. So Jamaicans will rebuild from this hurricane. It's just very devastating and scary to watch it unfold and not feel like there's really much you can do in the moment. So now the other issue that's going on is America. We are now on day 28 of the shutdown. My colleagues and I received half a pay at the beginning of October and no pay at the next paycheck. So as long as this goes on, there are people who are also working, air traffic controllers, TSA, who are not getting paid and who are working. There's also been, most people have heard, like cutting off of SNAP benefits, WIC, things that help to feed people. All right. And I'm not saying this to say, like, there's so much that people have been saying. Some people don't realize that there are a lot of people on these resources who work and who maybe ran into a hard time in their life, and it doesn't matter. The thing is that no one on this planet should really be going hungry at all, because as a people, we have enough resources on the planet to feed people, to take care of people. And I personally cannot stand to know that there are hungry people out there. And some of us do a lot, but we just don't share it on social media or talk about the efforts that we're making to help community and help one another. But I will say in this moment that this is a call to everyone. When will we realize that we are not isolated entities on this planet? That we are not by ourselves, that we are interconnected people and beings, and that things that happen and impact one set of people negatively, there's a butterfly effect, and it can come to your door if you are only driven by, well, it impacts me now, so I care. Some people have cared about other people. When I vote, I don't vote just because, on my issues. I vote because I want to see the world be an actual better place. And I know that there are ways to make it be that. If you have ever been called to the Resistance in Star Wars, you admire Princess Leia. If you've ever been called to standing up with the side of, in any movie, epic film, the people, if you watch Lord of the Rings and you did not side with the orcs, you may need to ask yourself, why is that? And are we in some kind of time period where we are all getting a collective call to care, to have compassion, and to do our best for other people? All right. This is a much longer video than I intended, but there's so much happening all at once. It is overwhelming. There are days when I don't even know, my anxiety is high, and I am thankful because I have people who remind me to say, we just need to make it through this. The analogy that I've been giving, a friend of mine was on a very turbulent flight, and I feel like 2025 has been like being on the plane during very bad turbulence. We can't get off the plane, we just have to keep going till we get to whatever destination that is. But we also have a responsibility on helping to determine what the destination looks like. We are in this life collectively. And right now, a lot of people need those of us who can, even small acts of kindness yield big results. So I'm just imploring people to open your heart, open your eyes, look around, take a look at what is going on in the world, and recognize that you have way more power than you think you have to help make change. Be the change is not just a hashtag. Be the light is not just a hashtag. The world is enmeshed right now in fear, despair, hopelessness. Those are all energies that make it possible for a lot of other things to happen, because we just don't have the energetic bandwidth to say no. No, I do actually care about my neighbor who doesn't look like me, who doesn't practice the same whatever as me. That is actually what it is to be human. I don't care what your religion is or anything like that. What are you actually doing for humanity? So, this is more than just about a hurricane. The hurricane too, the waters are actually getting warmer, so that is a product of what is going on with humanity. All right, Jamaica is not the only island that is going to be impacted by the increasing intensities of storms. We have to do something about climate change. That's a fact. And so what I'm saying to you right now is, yes, we are actually seeing the results of what it means when some of us feel like we don't have a collective responsibility to the rest of the planet. And there are major impacts to people in real places who are feeling that. So I'm just saying to you, this is a call to open your heart, open your mind, and recognize that we're not individual beings here who are not connected to anybody else, and everything that we do does impact other people. You can either rise to the occasion, or you can let this time period go by and face whatever also comes to your door. United we stand. Okay? Collectively, together, we're able to do so much more. Divided, selfish, greedy, we fall. So, this is humanity's moment to wake up and say, enough is really enough of not caring. Thank you.